Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. So I'm going to break down the 7th kyu blue belt with stripe for my dojo, 7th kyu techniques. I'm going to break it into two pieces. This week we're going to do the solo or the Kihon movements, the basic block punches, kicks, and combination kick punches. And then next week we will do the kata, bunkai, and kempo Seidokan yakusoku, the prearranged techniques, the partner techniques. Okay? Now a lot of people think, oh, that's a lot of techniques to learn, but really 15 techniques, yeah, that's a lot. But it's essentially you're just doing the kata and you throw a partner in the way. It's like swinging a golf club for practice and then you just put a ball in the way and you do the same swing. That's the kata bunkai, so it shouldn't overwhelm, hopefully, and seem like all that much. So our basic techniques to review. And at this point, we are still pretty much staying in our basic stances, but moving up to the next level. Every punch, kick, block combination should be done from cat stance, from crane stance, tsudo ashirachi, neko ashirachi, from kibarachi, from shikodachi. We should be able to do every block punch kick in every stance, moving up to the next level. At this level, we're going to keep it fairly basic, just the heisokudachi, or the heikodachi rather, and the kibarachi possibly for a couple of the techniques. So our first technique to review is the urazuki, which is the back two knuckle punch or the inverted punch. Ura means backside, so we're turning upside down. This, remember, is just on the continuum of a full punch. So it's the beginning of a full punch. It's not an uppercut, which swings in an arc. It's a driving tsuki. It's a pushing, driving punch. So urazuki. Next, going a little further forward, tatezuki, the standing punch, or the upright fist, sometimes called a thrust punch. Our next technique is, I gotta look at my sheet, and remember, is haishu, which is back of the open hand, snapping, because this is not a power strike. Now, we could swing it all the way through, but then I've just created a big opening on myself, and I don't like doing that, okay? So we snap. And then the next is, make sure I'm looking here, the next is ushirogeri, which is a back kick. From a standing position, our opponent behind us, we're going to look over the shoulder, bring the hands either to guard. I prefer cup and saucer, like I've elbowed the guy and knock him back a little. Kick straight back. I'll do it sideways this way. Coming here, straight kicking back, working both sides. Ushirogeri. Next, we do the combination kick punch. Now, it's called maigeri oizuki, the first one, which is a front kick, front punch. Requires stepping, but we will still practice it in place with a maigeri. Same hand, same foot. Then we'll do maigeri gyakuzuki, opposite hand and foot. Then we'll do mawashigeri gyakuzuki, roundhouse kick, punch. Roundhouse kick, punch, and then yokogeri keage, gyakuzuki. And those are the standing in place techniques. Last is level 2 blocking. Level 1 blocking is I block with one hand, hit with the other. Level 2 blocking is our 8-point blocking system with strikes, which is block, punch with the same hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay? Those are not knockout blows. So if I block punch with the opposite hand, that's intended to hit hard, finish the job. These are if I want to be quick and get a setup in where I can then enter and follow up with other blows. Okay? Those are our basics. Now, because doing these and talking at the same time and instructing gets me out of breath, I'm going to have Max. Onegaishimasu. So over here, step. Front stance, little block. Hey! Hey! So the first is stepping urazuki. Hey! Hey! Knee. Hey! And back. San. Hey! Shi. Hey! Good. Next, coming forward, tatezuki. Let's do this just for the sake of learning. Do it in shikodachi, square stance. H. Hey! Knee. Hey! And back. San. Hey! Next is going to be the haishu, the backhand. So let's do this in a side horse stance. Step forward, kamae, right side horse.
All right, side.
Side horse. Okay, so stepping forward, backhand. And then step back. And then we would do that forward and back, and we're off the floor, but we're abbreviating. Okay. Now, same thing with the back kick when we're moving forward. Okay, so I'll turn this way with me. And again, go back to the individual tutorials on this. If I'm in Zenkutsudachi here and I'm going toward him, I need to make that adjustment so I've lined myself up on the middle of his body to do this kick. So as he does these in a front stance, so we'll go, scoot back a little bit. Front stance and look. So back kick, stepping forward. And then just kick backwards and step back so the guy's behind you. Good, stay there. So the other way we will now do this is in our side horse stance. So I'm going to do a full 360-degree turn. I don't have to move my foot. I can just turn in place here to do my kick and come all the way back around. Okay, so side horse. Full turning back kick. Good, one more. And switch. Same thing. And one more. And yummy. Yes. Okay. So those are the singles. Now we get into the double techniques, which are our front kick, reverse punch. Okay? And front kick, front punch. Okay, so scoot all the way back to the sword. Front stance. Maigeri Oizuki. And then just leave the hands and kick under the hand. Good. And then just go ahead and move back again. So we'll do the next one. Now we don't do these stepping backwards because it makes no sense to be here, kick, and then step back and punch. If I kicked him, he's over there. If he knocked me backwards, I don't have any power on my punch anyway. So we only do these forward, then we would do our mawate turn and do them going back the other way. So this time, put reverse punch out. Maigeri Gyakusuki, front kick, reverse punch. Good, and scoot on back. Then we do them again, turn around and going the other way. Now, same thing, front stance, little block, reverse punch. Short roundhouse, reverse punch. Mawashigeri Gyakusuki. Back. And the last kick punch combination is front stance low block reverse punch. This one is Yokogeri Keage Gyakusuki. There you go. Okay. And that's our kick punch combinations. Then we have two more hand things to do. I didn't do this one standing in place, but it's the knife hand block followed by nukite. The reason is it requires kind of a hanmi, a half-facing position, so you can do it here, but it requires a lot of the hip. So typically we're going to do this from shikodachi to zenkutsudachi. Shikodachi, shitoke, nukite. Hey! Knee. And then backwards. And then the last thing on the list is our 8-point blocking with strikes. So let's step forward right foot, starting with number 1. 1, 2, coming forward, 3, 4, let's go ahead and go backwards for the last 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Arigatou gozaimasu. Thank you, sir. Very well done. And that is the basic blocks, kicks, and punches for the 7th kyu level in my dojo. So again, next week we will do kata, bunkai, and our new yakusoku techniques from Kempo and Seidokan both. Until next week, as always, keep practicing.